Alrighty folks, welcome back to the Mavericks Dynasty. We have just finished up Season 2, heading into Season 3. This is going to be all the off-season stuff. The Mavericks here at a B- prestige already, going into Year 3. We have an 11-14 overall record, and we went from just an awful 2-10 season to start out to 9-4, so that is a huge jump for this team. And we're looking to do even more in this third season. Alright, for coach changes here, obviously Levon Hilliard's 6-year extension, huge. We are going to keep our offensive coordinator Earl Jefferson because our offense is amazing, but he still just doesn't have a ton of points, which I was hoping we'd get like some cheese and like we'd get an offensive coordinator that has like all of his points already and it's just a stud. But you know, Earl Jefferson, it'll be nice to build with him until he obviously just stabs us right in the back. That'll be a sad time, but and now it's time for the most depressing time of the offseason. Offseason is fun and it's just full of joy, but players leaving is where the depression starts. You know, the world starts going dark, and we're starting off with Maurice Gold, our tight end for both of his 2 seasons. Number 84, he got 60 total catches, 851 yards, 10 touchdowns receiving. So just a really good season from Maurice Gold. He had, his catches went down a little bit. He had 500 yards his first season, 300 his second, but he's going to definitely be missed, and all I can do is give him a salute. Maurice Gold catches it with heavy contact for the 5-yard touchdown. Gold gets in there, 6 yards. Thank you, Maurice Gold. Oh my God, Maurice Gold gets in for the touchdown. Easy money. John Harvey is just out here. And easy money to Maurice Gold. I think they sent a blitz there, and he was wide open in that corner of the end zone. I've never seen that before, but that was cool. And next is Matt Barber, our kicker. He was our backup kicker. I'll be honest, I have no idea who this guy even is. I don't know how he got onto the team. I feel like he just snuck on and got a uniform, but Matt Barber, he did have some extra points. I remember we put him in the last game, so he made like 8 extra points, but other than that, I have no idea what this dude's about. But, he's a backup kicker. It is what it is. And Devin Key here in his lone season, 21 tackles, 9 for a loss, 4 quarterback sacks, and 1 pass deflection. Yeah, Devin Key here, in his 1 season, he made a big impact. That 9 tackles for loss is huge. I really liked him on the outside. We do got a good replacement coming in for him, so just give a nice little salute to Devin Key for his 1 year, and he's out of here. Let's see what he finished as an overall. He was a 65 overall, so his overall was trash, but I liked the kid. They try to go for the screen, but number 96, a defensive tackle. We had that screen covered up. Both of the users saw it, and Devin Key gets in there for the sack. And he gets destroyed by number 96. He got wide and got in there on that. Beautiful play. Brought him down for 2 yards. Who was that? Devin Key. Tackle for loss. And number 58 here, Devin Key with the sack. We are all over this one. And he gets caught up. And the D lineman, number 96, Devin Key brings him down for the sack. And Marvin Petty, our starter for the first season, starter and kind of backup. And this 2014, he was kind of our clipboard holder, professional clipboard holder. He did okay. He's just not really a fit for the scheme of our offense. He's more of a pocket passer, and I can't deal with pocket passers. But he finishes with 121 completions, 1,630 total yards, 10 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. So I am pretty interception happy, so that does make sense. Marvin Petty was a good kid. Held that clipboard really well. He's really good at that. So, and we will miss him, and we're gonna cry about it later. And beautiful throw from Harvey to Adam Wayne. Man, they are fast. And Marvin Petty gonna run into that man, get the only touchdown for the Mavericks today. And you gotta love it for the third string quarterback. You know, he's kind of holding the clipboard over there. And what a dot by Petty. Gets it to Crenshaw down to the 40. Oh my goodness, Marvin Petty to Keith Alvarez in that 10-yard slant. That worked out perfectly. Chris McCoy here, I think he was a backup. He did give up 2 sacks. Maybe he's a starter. I don't know. What's his overall? Let's see. He's a 66 overall. I don't know. Chris McCoy, he was, you know, don't know much about him because he's an O-lineman, but he did some good things, I assume. And Andrew Pratt, he was pretty much a backup his whole time as a Maverick. But he did do some things. He had 16 tackles his first season, 4 his second season, to make 20 total tackles. And really that's all he did. He was just kind of a special teamer. But I like the kid, even though he's a redhead. I think he did some good things for us. He finishes with a 67 overall. And that was on me. Just like a bad play call. Good tackle there, though, by the senior Pratt. And Kenny Galloway here. In his one season, he was a senior. He had 11 tackles and 1 interception, and that was about it. I know he finishes at a 55 overall. He made a few good plays, and he does need to be remembered for his contributions to the team. I'm proud of this kid, and he's as small as hell, only 5'7", but, you know, did some good things for us. Get that pick. Oh, there it is, son. Who was that? Thompson? And we got good pressure there. I think that was Jeremy Thompson. No, Kenny Galloway, our number 5 corner, just sealed that one and pretty much bailed me as the head coach out of this game. And Nick Hooper here from Shelby something, Ohio. I don't know. He's finished with 3 tackles total in his career in his 1 year, 2 of which were sacks. So that's a pretty interesting. He was our 3rd defensive tackle. You know, 2 sacks and only 3 tackles. That's, you know, only really got on to make 3 impact plays. But if 2 out of 3 were a sack, you know, you can't say much else about Nicholas Hooper here. He's a big dude, got that goatee rocking. Finishes with a 53 overall. Wow. See if we could get another one. And yep, I see him voting out there. Ooh. And we get the sack. Who was that? We held on so long on those coverages. Was that Nick Hooper? Nicholas Hooper, man. Buried on the depth chart. He's number 3, but when he gets in, man, he is making an impact. Great coverage by the linebackers, and he's just pushing his man, and that the quarterback stumbling around. And we get the sack. He runs into his own lineman. I think that was Nick Hooper. Yes, Nick Hooper, our number 3 defensive tackle in the rotation, comes in and makes a sack. Good thing he scrambled up, and Hooper just made that play. And Norris Bradford here, 71 overall safety. He was a pretty solid tackler, in my opinion. I really liked him. You know, he wasn't a stud by any means in terms of overall, but he was a killer out there. 90 total tackles, 6 for a loss, and he had 2 pass deflections in his career. So a pretty solid tackler, Norris Bradford. You know, in the 2 seasons, I remember calling his name a crap ton because, you know, we were getting beat long, so he was having to make those diving tackles. Obviously, his production upticked in 2014. He got 56, and same tackles for loss, but
Bradford with the breakup right there.
Oh my God, Norris Bradford just killed Stones Garcelli. They ran that cheese play again, but they were not able to capitalize on it. In real life, I wasn't too impressed with him. He's alright though. In the first play, Norris Bradford sits his ass down, -3 yards. I don't think Boise's a hurry-up team, so this could be good for us. He only rushes for 3. Norris Bradford, form tackle there, the senior. And does not get it. I knew that's where he was going. 4th and 1. Are they going to punt? And it looks like Bradford is going to make a huge tackle for loss. 4 freaking yards. Was primarily a backup running back for us. He had 70 total carries, 246 yards, and 4 total touchdowns. And importantly, he never fumbled the ball, which is something you love to see from a back. In 2014, he was the primary backup. He was kind of our third string back his first season, so he got more carries, 40 compared to 30, and obviously 152 yards. His average went up from a 3.1 to a 3.8, and he got the 4 touchdowns. So
he scrambled,
and Huffman is going to get 11 yards on that one. And another easy read option there. Huffman again, a touchdown. And the senior, there it is, gets hit late. Get that man out of the game on one ejection. Beautiful.
Huffman.
Larry Huffman gets in the end zone, 2-yard receiving touchdown. And Chance Fitzpatrick, I believe that's his first touchdown of his career. And Nick Ferris here, he was I remember him more in 2013 in our first season. He finished with 45 tackles, 10 for a loss, 3 sacks, 2 pass deflections, and a forced fumble. So pretty good stats there for him. He did have a better first year, because I think he was more of a backup for us this past season, but 66 overall, he will definitely be missed. And it looked like, I believe that was Nick Ferris who got the tackle. I mean, got 0 yards. Yes, Nick Ferris.
he's on the run,
And the pressure gets there. He's going down for a loss of 1. Who was that? Number 56, Nick Ferris with a sack. And Spencer Bowers here, primarily a backup. He was definitely an interchangeable piece. He was our backup at pretty much almost every offensive lineman position, and he did get in and get a pancake. His one lone statistic, 0 sacks given up, so you can't ask for much more from Spencer Bowers. Number 66. And Jake is going to give us that first down. Tough run there, tough gritty. And finally, Henry Harrington, this rich white dude with his privilege, 72 total tackles, 16 for loss, 8 total sacks in his career, 1 pass deflection, 1 forced fumble. Pretty solid from him. He was definitely our captain his first season, and he did pretty solid his next season. But he definitely had a better 2013 and 2014, but he does finish with a 69 overall, which is pretty nice. Harrington, I'm sure he's going to be donating to the school, with his millions of dollars. I don't know if he actually went to school and got his degree, but we didn't really keep tabs on him, but he will definitely be missed as a kind of a solid run support linebacker. Fields, where are you going? Come on, Harrington. Harrington just comes in and gets him for a negative 6 yards. Harrington at his new position of outside linebacker. And the pressure gets there. Who was that? I think that was Henry Harrington with a sack there. We sent it, and he was on a mission there. What are you doing here? Oh, I see you running it. Harrington brings him down for a negative 1 yard play. Great play by the Henry Harrington, the senior, the rich player on the team. We know his parents donated at least $2.5 million to the program, and he makes a good play there. And draft results, of course, nobody from Arlington. We didn't really expect that to happen. And finally, all these guys leave Ohio State. Dobbins goes in the first round, as well as Chase Young, which, that's real life. So, but get the hell out. I want to play a weaker Ohio State team. And for Cincinnati, James Smith, the punter, hell yeah, and Michael Warren both go in the 4th round. And transfer requests, last season we had a ton. This season, nope. Nobody transferred out. Nobody's coming in. Alright, and for the offseason recruiting, we kind of got all the recruits that I'm interested in. And I don't really care about anybody else on this list, but I did put 5,000 on Miguel Alston, 5,000 on Cameron Peoples, and 3,000 on Brian Moss here. So 2 corners and a receiver. Alston, the cornerback, he's got a 93 speed and some decent coverage skills. And Cameron Peoples here, this receiver, he's got 96 speed, so he can't really catch worth a shit, but I don't know, he's kind of intriguing. And then Brian Moss, the other cornerback, 82 man and 74 zone, 84 press. So this guy, I think, could be something special, but really these are the only 3 guys that I am interested in. Brian Moss, though, kind of looks like he should be working on like a golf course, but we'll see. Out of this group, we do get Miguel Alston and Brian Moss, so both corners. That's definitely going to be key. We lost out on Cameron Peoples. He's going to Texas A&M. Maybe we'll schedule them and see if he has anything to do, but I'm probably sure he's not going to be starting for them as a 68 overall his first year. And we also got Arthur Gardner here. He was an athlete, I believe. They're projecting him a linebacker, so that could be helpful. As well as Matthew Duckett, a defensive tackle. I don't really know anything about Matthew Duckett, but we'll take it. So we got some points here. Stealing a prospect, and we had the top class in our conference, which is very lovely to see. So overall, here we got 15 total prospects coming in. I'm pretty happy with them. Matthew Duckett, he's a defensive tackle. I don't know nothing. I don't really remember recruiting this guy. We barely got him over those peeps. Oh, we can't even look at their overalls and all their points. That's stupid. Alston, we destroyed. ODU. What? You thought you guys were going to get him with that much points? Get the hell out of here. And Brian Moss, also a solid corner. I really do like this class here. J.J. Taylor's a stud running back. It's got a few athletes that we can tinker around with. Jamal McPherson is going to be a really fierce defensive end. I'm going to really like to see him. We got a lot of offensive line help. Got a kicker and a punter finally. And in terms of position changes here, Chance Fitzpatrick, you know, he's been a really good team influence and a good team player. I don't want him to just sit on the bench his entire career, the rest of his career. He's a junior. And Trey Smith is finally out of his red shirt, so he's going to be our number 2 quarterback. But Chance Fitzpatrick, I would like, he's a 60 overall quarterback. I'm going to change him to running back. He's a 69, almost a 70 overall. So I think that will be most beneficial, and he does have some good ball carrier vision and moves, so I think this is going to be perfect. We'll get him in the running back rotation and keep him on the field, and honestly, I like the kid, so I do want to keep him on the field. And we do got 4 athletes here. John Gray, 95 speed. This guy's got really good coverage skills, 80 and 82, I believe. So I think, even though we have a ton of corners, I think he'd be best suited there, maybe. Not 100%, but... And honestly, I think Anthony Hughes, the JUCO, might also be good at corner, because our safety positions are locked up. So we might as well just have 100 corners. And Bill Cox here, another JUCO. I don't even remember recruiting this guy, but he has an 81 tackling and some okay kind of maneuverability skills. He also could be a lineman. He's got like in the 70s blocking, but I think we'll go ahead and just put him at linebacker, one of the linebacker spots. Got a 74 catching, 73 and 76 for his catching, so this guy honestly might slot in at receiver. I remember they projected him, I think, at a linebacker. He's got a decent coverage skills for a linebacker, potentially. He's a 72 receiver, so... And here we go, the best part of the offseason. The training results. John Harvey goes up to an 87, Trey Smith to a 76. Both got +4. John Harvey also got the speed boost and an Excel boost. They both got the +1. So I'd love to see. John Harvey now has a 92 throw power, 82 throw accuracy, +3 to his accuracy. And Trey Smith also got that accuracy finally up to a 69. He's got an 88 throw power, so his accuracy is, I think, at this point, you know, it's still kind of trashy, but it is acceptable enough for him to be the backup. And Jake goes all the way up to a 75, gets a +5, and Chance Fitzpatrick +5. Wow, I was surprised by that. Ben Colliver gets a 64. So I believe Chance Fitzpatrick and J.J. Taylor are both kind of the same overall. Jake gets a +5, +4 broken tackle, +2 to his spin move. He's got a 92 spin move. And Dwayne O'Connor, the fullback, up to a 72. Kenneth Bray up to an 83. Alvarez up to an 82. Damn, Kenneth Bray's better than Alvarez? That is insane. But Alvarez does get a speed boost. Crenny up to a 79, Wayne up to a 72, so our starting receiving core is really solid, I believe. That is incredible. Kenneth Bray got a 99 catching, +4. Crenshaw's up to a 94 catch, And Hudson Henry, Hunter Henry's brother here, goes up to an 88 overall as a sophomore. This dude's going to be insane. Jenkins goes up 3, Maxwell goes up 3, but Hunter Henry +6. This dude's got to have some kind of Madden X Factor, and 90 agility, 91 excel. And Jason, his senior year, goes up to a 73, gets a +4. Anderson, the backup, with a +4. And Jason here goes up to an 80 pass blocking, 78 run block, so really solid from him. Xavier Robinson, as a sophomore year, up to a 71, +4. Cleveland up to a 65, up to an 81. He's a senior because he was a JUCO. He's a really good recruit, but an 81. Antonio Hurd up to a 79 as a junior. Deshaun Hall and Ryan Christian, both into the 70s, got a +4. You'd love to see it. Dallas Morris, the right end, and Lowry, +5 and +4. And Jamarian James, the transfer, up to a 79. Stephen Doty, up to a 68. And Gerald Lewis, who we're going to redshirt, is up to a 59. He got a +5. Dan Means up to a 70. And Mullins, who I switched to left linebacker, he's a 64. Matt Irvin up to a 71. And Carlos Atkins, our All-American, up to a 65. And John Harley goes up +5 to a 66. And Kenny Dickerson up to a 65 as well. He got a +3. Chip Hines to a 78. He got the biggest boost, +5. Jeremy Thompson, 72, and Zach Thornton, 70. So that's 3 corners right off the bat in the 70s. And this is another transfer. Oh my goodness, an 85 overall to start off his sophomore year. I forget where he transferred from, but I'll try to remember it. But he's an 85. This guy is a freaking monster. 96 excel. And Antonio Daniel, 77 overall, got a +4. And Pierre Dodd, also the senior, up to a 73. Alright, so in terms of redshirting, I did redshirt a ton of people. No quarterbacks. Ryan Flowers, he's a freshman. Don't really think he'll see the field at all, so we're going to redshirt his ass. Jason Rouse, I want to keep him on the team. He's a senior, but Dwayne O'Connor is better, so I'm going to give him a redshirt his senior year. Arthur Gardner, I'm going to redshirt him as well, because as well as Kaysen and Adam McGee. And Tariq Anderson, I got a ton of linemen and that I can plug in to backup spots, and he would be a backup, so I'm going to redshirt him as a sophomore. And Lionel Conley, I believe I will as well, because we got, like I said, a bunch of backups that need to play. And Claude Davis, he's a freshman, I'm going to let him redshirt as well. And Gerald Lewis, I'm also going to redshirt him as well, because we got that transfer in, and Doty, so we'll get him progressed, and he'll start his sophomore year off in the 60s. And corners, I think some of these guys can kind of play. There's one guy I think that can play safety, so I'm gonna Anthony Hughes, I'm gonna redshirt him. He's a JUCO, but we'll get him an extra year, get him in the 70s for his official junior year. And I did do the backups. This guy's gonna obviously a stud starter. Witherspoon is a freshman, and Pierre Dodd, he's a senior. I wouldn't like him to be a backup. I think we can get him boosted up even more for his last year. And I got some guys that I think can move to safety. So Pierre Dodd, I'm gonna give him a redshirt year, let him sit down, and then next season he'll probably back up both spots because he's a really good safety. Alright, here, so for the schedule, we are going to start off with a slaughterhouse. Number 2 Clemson, I'm sure they're 99 in all statistics, so we're going to start off tough. We got a bye week. Then we got number 19 Michigan State. Navy is another game I picked to play. And we got Ohio State, obviously. They're ranked number 7. We got a rivalry with them. And then it's pretty much our regular conference slate. You know, we got Air Force, which is a new game. I don't think we've played them yet. But yeah, we got 3 top 25 teams, and our strength of schedule is a B-, and this is some newer teams, so it should be kind of refreshing and fun. Alright, so looking at the depth chart here, John Harvey, number 1, obviously. Trey Smith, after his red shirt, is going to be number 2. Jake could be number 1. Fitzpatrick and JJ Taylor is really talented. Chance somehow is a 74, so he'll be number 2. And JJ Taylor and Fitzpatrick are kind of going to be running like a 2-back thing at the backup spot. And I'll definitely have some different formations for Fitzpatrick and Taylor. Get them involved because I do want both of them to play. Dwayne O'Connor, starting fullback. Kenneth Bray, Alvarez, Crenshaw, and then obviously Adam Wayne and Stephen Hills at receiver. Hudson Henry, obviously number 1. He's the best player on the team. Jenkins and Maxwell backing him up. Jason's going to move back to left tackle for his last year. And Sam Lewis here, he's a right tackle. He's going to pretty much be backing up every position because he's a pretty good freshman tackle, and he's one of the really good recruits we got. He's going to take over one of the tackle spots when either Hurd or Jason leaves. So left guard, Xavier Robertson. I wonder if he's related to Gary Robertson. I think he might be. I think I said that before. I think there's got to be some, they might be, let's say they're cousins. Quentin Madison, he's a tackle, but I like him at center for some reason. I thought he had a pretty good year at center. Marvin Clancy will be our right guard. He's this man, 81 overall. I'm sad he's a JUCO, so he's going to be gone after this season. And Antonio Hurd will go over to right tackle, and Sam Lewis will back him up again, backing up everybody. Deshaun Hall will be left end, as well with Ryan Christian backing him up. And Jamal McPherson, the stud, will be the starting right end. Christian's a pretty solid end, so he'll back up both positions, and then Dallas Morris will be our third guy in. Defensive tackle, the transfer, 79 overall, Jamirian James will be the starter, and Stephen Doty at number 2, and Matthew Duckett at number 3. Michael Mullins will be the left linebacker with Stan Means backing him up. Middle linebacker will be obviously the All-American, a beast, Carlos Atkins, and Matt Irvin backing him up. Because Harley's got this more speed, and he's 1 overall point better, so I think the speed is what speed kills on this game. And the corners, we're going to have John Gray, the freshman. He's an athlete, really good corner. He's the faster one. He's faster than Chip Hines, but Chip Hines has the better coverage, but I do like John Gray, and we'll have Chip Hines at number 2 corner. He's a 78 overall, and then Jeremy Thompson will be in the slot. Zach Thornton and Alston will be kind of the next guys in the rotation. He'll be the starting free safety. Obviously, he's a beast, and Zach Thornton's got pretty good tackling, so I'm going to have him back up, as well as Jeremy Thompson be the third guy. And strong safety Antonio Daniel back in his spot, All-American. Zach Thornton will back him up, and Thompson will both kind of back up both safety spots. And kicker TJ Scott, obviously the freshman. Punter Darren Bozeman, the freshman we got. Got the best kick power on the team, so he'll be our kickoff specialist as well. And kick returner, same thing, Keith Alvarez, Adam Wayne. Punt returner, same thing, Alvarez and Wayne. They had pretty good years. Alrighty, so in terms of the off-season little recruiting, we can do the scouting. I kind of looked at, I was just going by speed because speed kills, but this Kenan Smith guy, he's a really fast receiver, and he does have interest in us. He's a 94 speed. His catching, again, is kind of crap, which it seems like it always is, but I mostly was looking at a lot of athletes. I do like this quarterback here, 83 speed, 86 XL, 84 throw power, 74 accuracy. He's a traditional quarterback. He's a 4-star guy. He could definitely be somebody who, competes for the job after Jonathan Harvey is gone. In terms of these athletes here, this Eric Sparks guy, he's a 5-star recruit, so chances are we won't get him, but again, I'm going after a lot of speed, 97 speed, 96 XL, 85 man, 88 zone. So, and he's got some decent catching, but this guy would be a monster probably the best corner in his history of college football. Greg Holden, another guy with some pretty good speed. He can play quarterback too, this guy, 78 throw power. And Levon Hilliard has an upgrade. I'm going to put it in kitchen sink so we can get an extra 50 points each week on these recruits. And looking at the Heisman watch for this upcoming season, Jonathan Harvey projected at number 2. So Ricky Slade, their running back, 97 overall from Penn State. Trevor Lawrence is also in there. So definitely want to try to get Harvey to win it this season. And taking a look here at the preseason All-NCAA, All-American First Team, Keith Alvarez. This is pretty surprising. He is a first-team All-American across the country, absolute beast. And also down here we have Carlos Atkins, the middle linebacker, first-team All-American. So he's a projected preseason All-American. I think he'll definitely get it again. And in terms of the second-team All-NCAA, Jonathan Harvey is there at quarterback. No surprise, no shock to anybody. And All-Mountain West, projected All-Americans for the Mountain West Conference. John Harvey there. Jake, surprisingly, is up to first team. And Keith Alvarez there as well. No surprise. Atkins and Antonio Daniel. And second team, Kenneth Bray is projected Mountain West second team. Did we get anybody else? Stephen Doty, our backup defensive tackle. That's interesting. And Chip Hines projected to the second team as well. And that is going to do it for this off-season episode. First week, it's not going to start easy. We could potentially be looking at an L. Number 2, Clemson. And the article is definitely right. We need to bring our A game to Death Valley if we want to win. This would be a monumental win if we could pull this off. I'm taking a look at them here. They got an A+ and everything, so I'm sure they're 99. Kirk Herbstreit picking them. That's no shock. And then they start getting some top 25 teams. So, yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Peace out.